Just like that, quickly we unpacked it all. On the street because it would be easier to finish it later in a little story while you were looking at it. Quickly such unpacking quickly such. Unpacking by express right on the street right it. Once all why I did this. Because, well, enter I was very far away, even so the courier company doesn't reach us, not a single one, not for children. Who else is there, in general, not a single courier company, just from the word I had to go 100 or something kilometers in one direction. In general, the road cost approximately 250 kilometers. Respectively. Finally. It's at home, this is the frame we have new. As you can see, the design is new. I had one of the very first projects, this is red heat. We saw what kind of frame it was, and now, of course, all the nuances that I encountered when ordering this frame that I had to buy in addition, I had to buy a lot of things in addition. In principle, I saw that it needed to be bought in addition. Well, the Chinese are also smart people, not stupid, let's say so, and they did it on purpose, like supposedly the price is lower. People buy then they have to buy something else. What exactly I'll tell you next. So the seedlings are more convenient, be sure to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, yes, you're watching right now. I'm not subscribed. Okay, I won't subscribe, just press the red button. Nothing will happen, it's free, just press the subscribe button and let's go. When I ordered this frame, it went through. Damn, really, this is probably the first time they sent it for so long. Why? Because the color is like a custom one. Why? Because they usually sell it with a black frame. Now, there are a bunch of them in many different colors. I don't want to choose. As they say, I chose this one. It's kind of orange and golden and just cool. At least I like the flaw in the painting. You can, of course, always find fault with any frame absolutely, maybe even a speck of dust somewhere. Well, it's true that there are smudges somewhere. To be honest, I haven't seen anything like that yet. It's all a blast. It's just cool. The cost of this frame at the time of ordering this particular metallic orange color was 22,500. Now the rate is more or less. The link is below in the description as usual. You can see that the frame now costs more. We have a frame with 29 wheels, 148 by 12 in aisle. Tell you right away about which one is included in the kit. No, yes, you heard right. And in the kit this is the axle. There is no axle. We need 172 millimeters. Its length is 12. This is what it is. You still need the axle in the kit to buy it. For example, I don't know, 700 rubles, probably. In general, all the links are to the frame and the links that now need to be purchased. I will leave it below in the description in the same playlist. Everything is included in the kit. The only thing that pleased me was the adapter for a straight rod of the cone type. Go to the glass for a straight rod. It's better to put a steering rod. They didn't put it in. They also had to buy it. It also cost about 1,000 rubles. The kit includes a reusable anchor, but for an aluminum rod it's not needed. You just don't need the extra weight in the kit. I also don't know. Maybe the Chinese put it in later. This is the nut for this axle, which is not included in the kit. Now I'll confuse myself and I'll confuse you too. It's true, the kit included a clamp for the seat tube. That's at least something. And of course, all these plugs are included in the kit. Everything is great, it would seem. But then I immediately saw that yes, this is such a god they have. I don't know why they did this, but we see that on this side we have 2 holes for internal wiring, and on this side there is 1, that is, you understand, yes, that there are 2 types on the right side. That you will stick the rear derailleur on this side, and accordingly there will be some kind of bend, well, generally unpleasant. That is, it will rub the frame when turning, or it will immediately rub. In general, it will be necessary to lay it all out. Lay it all in one hole at once, and the brake is obtained from this side. We will only need to install someone. Yes, we will not need to install anyone on this side. In fact, we simply don't need these two holes, we will only need this one hole on the left side, in which I will immediately lay a shirt for the rear switch for the purpose, and the shirt is obtained for the Hydra lines all in one for this adapter. Exists, I also ordered it all. This will be included in the kit, I don't know now, we'll do it, it's somewhere in a box. Like that with only two holes. We see that here we have two bottle cages, there are a bunch of holes and threads, we have a carriage, we have a BSA aluminum cup, which is in the terminal as everyone loves. Yes, it's like now I'll sit down, it will fall out and get out and so on. I don't know how true this is, we'll see as the kilometers pass when I actually assemble this project. I'll be assembling soon the seat tube, we have 31.6 respectively, the top clamp we have 34, I don't remember, they're 8 or 9, 3, 4, 9 cone cup, and I want to see something else, and I also want to check the very weight of this frame, because its weight is not that much big. I said so, about 1.5 rubles, it will probably still be 1,455. Okay. In my opinion, it weighed less, there 1,200 even. Lighter than, for example, aluminum. Probably aluminum frames, well, they definitely weigh a two-piece. And now let's take a closer look at what we have here, how the thickness is made, walls and so on. So, well, the meat, as they say in the helm, is under the bearings. I think it's normal, that is, we see the thickness is good. It's not small. What's on top and what's below? Yes, there are these transitions, like bitten off pieces. But that's how they do it, but that's the average. The thickness is quite large, the only one so far in terms of painting is probably right next to the carriage, because the pieces were somehow covered with masking tape, then somehow they were torn off incorrectly. Basically here, and it won't be visible. Okay, we can bevel here, we see that the carriage is reinforced with me. There is not just stupidly two cups are glued in and that's it, but between them there is also an aluminum plate, which seems to hint that the cup is unlikely to come off straight, because when the two cups are glued between them there is still a partition. That is, it should hold. Excellent, but at the bottom we have this window, which for internal wiring is also closed with such a plate. Although this plate, well, damn, by the way, carbon fiber could also be painted to match the color of pew. Why leave such black garbage, since it's there, at least in principle it won't carry any load here. But still. So well, what's next? And the most important thing is, you know what, I won't say that this is a minus, but maybe someone will say, let's say I wanted to install a front derailleur, like okay, but here it's not enough that you won't physically install a front derailleur, but there seem to be no holes here for the output of a cable or something, so this is right here. Remember, I don't know, somewhere in there. Mark it with a marker or remember it on this frame. You can't put a front Derailleur et al. From the word right. Here these two holes. Why do you think they were made? One thing was done anyway for the dropper because the internal wiring goes here and somewhere. Here, inside, not even here, but right here. Somewhere there will be a bend and it will come out. So, accordingly, they did it as planned. For the rear derailleur. Well, this is as strange as possible. As for me, maybe you also know how I'm holding the frame now, and I think that this is most likely a version for the left brake is the rear, right brake is the front. Then it will be more logical because the left brake will be the rear one, so we will draw a hydraulic line with this sides, respectively, a hydro line and a shirt for the dropper, for example. Then it fits, and it turns out that on this side we draw a shirt for the rear derailleur. Then this is how it all matches exactly as it should. Damn it, well, once again, just look at the color. Really, you know, like some kind the Lamborghini Bugatti Veyron is just a bomb color. And here now in this studio lighting, so to speak, it shimmers just cool. And in the sun, when I unpacked it just now, you could also appreciate how beautiful it is. Just like they say, the word is no. And this version, of course, is very strange. It's unlikely this is drainage, because it's somehow made at an angle. It's a very strange hole. Well, maybe it's so clean so that the air inside doesn't collect. I don't know what else to add to this. You can also add brakes. What kind of brake can be installed here in terms of I want to install 1080, but I don't know, will the caliper rest against the nib? Will it be like this or not? If I set something, then it's already 160, so we'll see what size we can put in. If I didn't say that our Elka is 19 inches, respectively, the height is approximately somewhere. Nowadays there are such sizes in countries they write 160 to 180, or they're 170, 190 in general. But by the way, the seller has XL21 if suddenly. Who needs it? Because many asked if it is or not. Actually this seller has it. So basically that's all. That's what we'll do. Next it's all to collect and dream build the bike. Or it could be the same story as it was sold. It was a pity, of course. Well, we need to get funds somewhere for new projects. I wanted to say to recycle and invest, so let's say that's it. Don't forget to subscribe right here in general. Must have definitely right well, and of course no likes. Forget to put in right comments. What do you think about the color of this frame? Thank you all. Andre was somehow great with you. Bye everyone.